Welcome back to Brick Gaming YGO. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Today we will be looking at Pendulums featuring Elemental Heroes, Heroes in Pendulum, and Dracos. So this is going to be a little bit similar to my last deck profile, except for in this build we're going to play a small Heroes engine, just to give you some added negates and some added bonuses. So first off, you're going to start off with the regular triple chronograph, one time gazer. This is what you generally want to play. Nothing really changes here. Next, triple dark worm, one gate 0. Nothing changes, it's more turbo cards. So you want turbo as hard as you can. Next, you got 2 Cerberus, 1 Jackal King. I feel like this is the proper ratio for the deck. You don't need 3 and 2, you don't need 3 and 3, you only need a small engine of these. These are generally the worst turbo cards, and generally the only one that really matters is Jackal King. Next, double Current Razor, really good card, good if you're going first. This card can actually out a Nat Beast, so if you ever had to go against Nat Beast, this card can out it. Next we have triple Rescue Rabbit. This is just another turbo card. You're sacrificing your normal summon to get a free Electromite. Also, if your opponent were to ash this is fine. You have tons of other turbo cards and you can do tons more, and generally it's just a good 3 of. Next we got triple Harmonizing. Harmonizing is a really strong card, probably the best of the magicians. You always want to play 3. Then we got double Purple Poison. Purple Poison is also really good. I'd recommend playing this in pretty much any Pendulum list, of course, well, even Pendulum Magician list. And then double Black Fang, really strong card as well, but the weakest of the magicians. You just play 2 for scales and do something off of Harmonizing. And then you got triple Servant and 1 Endymion. This is pretty good. You only need 1, 3 just to turbo this out. This is technically another turbo card, but it just comes down to how your hand's looking, etc. And then finally, triple Abductors can also be a turbo card if you open up a lot of spell cards. You can just grab Pendulums, whichever one you need. So another really good card. Then you got double Luster. You only need 2. I know it's back at 3, and some people want to play 3, but you only honestly need 2 copies of it, in my personal opinion. And then we got triple Master. This is going to be something off of Rescue Rabbit. This is just a really strong card. You can play a beatdown game against Sky Striker early game, since they can't steal this card with Widow Anchor. And it's also kind of a big beer. It's 1950, so that definitely has some power behind it. Next we have, finally, for the Draco Sailors, we have Draco Overlord. And this is just so that you can use Draco Face Off in the deck. Really strong card. Would recommend playing only 1 though, just because you're going to only use it for Draco Face Off. Otherwise, it's not the best. Now for your heroes, you play double Strauss. Strauss is at 2, so of course you're going to play 2. And you can use this guy on your Pendulum summon, the normal summon if you have to. But generally you can Pendulum summon him out. And if you get 2 Strauss for your Pendulum summon, you're getting 2 searches. And this card is really strong. Also, to go along with that, we play 1 Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist is a really powerful card. This is how you make Dark Law usually. Just really good card in my opinion. This was the one card that I was missing to do this deck profile and got a copy. Thanks to my homeboy for hooking it up. Really good card though. You do need to play 1 in this list. That's something that you can't really change just because you're going to get Dark Law, and Dark Law is too strong in most matchups. Then we have 1 Plasma. Plasma is really strong as well. Basically, he's a skill drain for your opponent. So if you open up or search this guy out and then do him at the end of your combo, you can get 2 or 3 negate plus Plasma, and then even a Dark Law. Your opponent's not going to win the game. Literally, you just floodgate your opponent with your monsters and set up negate so your opponent can't play. This deck basically just says no to whatever your opponent wants to do. They don't get to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Against this deck, especially if you're going first. And then 1 Destrudo. Destrudo is really strong. Just another summon. You can use him for link plays or for synchro plays. Would recommend playing this card in Pendulums. Now for your spells, you got triple Pendulum Call and 1 Duelist Alliance. You want to turbo into your scales. If you get a bad hand and you don't have scales, then you have a way of getting to them. Next you play double Dragon Shrine and 1 Foolish. In my opinion, Dragon Shrine is actually kind of bad. It's a hard once per turn, and you only really have 2 targets for Dragon Shrine versus Foolish, which you have more targets for. You could probably Foolish Shadow Mist, get a search, and pretty strong pretty strong. I wish we had more copies, but you can only play one, so you obviously play as a one of. Then we have Triple Allure. This is just draw power. You want to draw your cards. You want to see your cards. Then we have Double Pod Desires. This is one of the few decks that can actually resolve both Pod Desires and not deck out or really have problems. Like, I've resolved so many Pod Desires in this deck and hardly ever banish any good cards. Plus, if you do at the end of a combo, you're drawing two off of like another draw card. It's not even bad. It's just a really strong card. Then we got Double Spell Power Mastery. Spell Power Mastery, really powerful card. Would recommend playing if you're playing Endymions. You can use this with Magical Abductors up. Give Magical Abductor 2 more spell counters. Just get you to your cards faster. Then 1 Draco Face Off. Still at 1 on the ban list. Definitely deserves to come back to 3. If it comes back to 3, oh boy, the hype for this deck. Then 1 Mask Change. You only need 1. You're only ever going to resolve 1. Honestly, you're not going to like really attempt to loop back Chalmers or anything like that. And by loop back, I'll show you once we get to the extra deck. And then finally, 1 Reinforcements of the Army. You do not play traps in this deck, and also reinforcements to search. But you don't play traps in this build. You don't need them. You just want to turbo into your cards as fast as you can. So that's the main goal. Then we have 1 Electromite. Electromite's pretty standard. 1 Cerberus, 1 Phoenix, and 1 Unicorn. This just deals with cards out to your opponent's board. Just really powerful in this deck. All these are just power cards against your opponent. Then 1 Saryuja. Sometimes, if I get the right hand, you can summon Saryuja before you even Pendulum Summon and get a draw 4. Before you even Pendulum Summon. All you need is just a couple extra extenders, and this card's really good. Like, if you open up a hand of extenders, like 3 or 4 extenders, you can use Saryuja before you even Pendulum Summon. Get the draws, and then Pendulum Summon out. So many dudes have such a broken board. Sorry guys, but Saryuja is probably like one of the best cards in the game right now. I'm surprised he didn't get hit on the ban list. And also, I've resolved Saryuja 2 or 3 times in one duel. Well, actually 2 times in one duel before. Not 3, not very possible. I would need to pick up another Saryuja. You'll understand why I would have to pick up another Saryuja once I get to it. But then we also have 1 Borreload. Borreload's still really strong. In my opinion, Borreload's kind of better than Boral Sword, just depending on what you want to go for. This deck more sets up a board that and try to have your opponent break it and hope they can't break it. So in my opinion, Boral is better for this build, but if this was a more OTK variant, then Boral Sword would obviously be better. Next, we got 1 number 60. Number 60, just more draw power. You don't care about your draw. Literally, once you set up your board turn 1, your draws for draw phase don't matter. You can draw cards even during the next turn with the guard still on board or after using his effect. It doesn't matter. You're going to draw tons of cards with his deck. Then we got 1 Abyss Dweller. Dweller is really good just against graveyard decks. Then we got 1 Emerald. Emerald is broken, my dude. This is what Pendulums really needed. And sure, a lot of people were like, oh, what about Necros? Or like, what about some other deck? No, this is the deck Emerald was meant to be played in. I mean, outside of Zoo. But Zoo's dead. So, basically why Emerald is so good, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you go number 60 first turn, and you can set up a Gusto Emerald second turn, you can loop back Electromite. You can get Electromite resolved twice in one duel. You can get your Saryuja resolved twice in one duel. Literally, it saves you extra deck room. It saves you tons of room. And you can still loop back your guys without playing like a whole bunch of convoluted cards. Then we, of course, got 1 Tornado Dragon that just outs more back row. 1 Karen Gorgon, this can change targets. This is really good against the Sky Striker matchup, since you don't want Sky Striker to win. So really good. And yes, Sky Strikers are still around and still relevant. Then we got, of course, ya boy, Cyber's Quantum Dragon. This card can just win games. Bouncing card back. Like, if you're on a card that can't be destroyed, you just bounce it back. Easy. Easy outs. Also makes your other guys not targetable for attacks or for card targets. So that really like screws up a lot of decks. I think the only deck that really just doesn't care about this card too much right now, I think, is, from what I've tested against, Subterrors don't really care too much. But outside of that, this card is really strong in pretty much any deck that you can make it in. Then you also got the one Ignister. Ignister's really good, just outs cards. Non-targeting shuffle. So good. This card literally just deals with outs so fast. And then finally, one Dark Wall, your only fusion. And Dark Wall is just really good. Dark Wall, it doesn't matter when you make it, just while your opponent's going to attempt to send cards to the graveyard or attempt to search, you just say no. You gotta tell them no. And that's how you do it with Dark Wall. If your opponent is going to try to play cards, tell them no. That's what this whole deck's about. Telling your opponent no and telling them that they can't play. Now onto side deck, we have, of course, the triple Ash. Ash is good. I think it's between Ash and Droll for me. Personally, like right now, I think Ash is better just in the current meta. But when we have like a deck that's like really like presenting itself as the best deck, and if it's a deck that happens to search a lot, then I would say Droll. But for right now, I'm just going to stick with Ash until like a deck that's better than every other deck appears, or at least we have like a better understanding of a tier list. I still think Pendulums are tier 1, so if you're going to go against some Pendulums, you might want to play Droll instead. But for right now, I think Ash is really strong. Now you have triple DD Crow, and the logic behind DD Crow instead of Call by the Grave is you don't care about hand traps. You guys can go check out Trift Gaming. Pendulums don't care about hand traps, and you can see it from his videos. I've gone up against hand traps. The only thing that ever hurts is if your Electromite gets negated. But with this deck, you can just summon by Gusto Emerald, loop back your Electromite, and just like resolve it again. It's like, hey, I don't care. That's basically what the deck says. And the reason DD Crow is so good is against, first off, let's start with some decks that it's good against. First off, Sky Strikers, get rid of the Ray. Then you also have Danger Thunder. You can get rid of some card activating Grave. Like if they start trying to do their Guard Dragon plays, just DD Crow their Brotar and Grave. They're not going to be able to get that back off of a Pisty. Or if you also go up against Salads, that one of Gazelle, just banish your Gazelle, they can't play. Like, once you get rid of Gazelle in that deck, even though it's that, like, since it's that one as well, you can just shut them down completely just by banishing their cards off of DD Crow. Then we got double Lancia. Lancia is really good, pretty self-explanatory. Double Prinkertops, also pretty self-explanatory. Double Twin Twister, pretty self-explanatory. And then triple Evenly Matched, pretty self-explanatory. And also I actually forgot to put one card in extra. So I just showed 14 cards extra. Sorry, I put this card in my side deck by accident, but this is a 15th card extra deck. And it's Borreload, Savage Dragon, just add a negate. You can usually make this guy first turn, like 60, 70, even 80% of the time if you're really aiming for it. Just another negate. So that's the list, guys. I hope you guys liked it. If you guys want to see a combo video, give this video 5 likes. I'll do a combo video. If you guys have any questions or suggestions, leave them in the comments below. And if you want to see a combo video, as I said, 5 likes, combo video will come out. Thank you guys for watching. Brick Gaming YGO, signing out.